Hello Makazen, and welcome to the first video of our baking tutorial. So for today's tutorial, we're going to be doing a 3-ingredient cookie. You're going to need some flour, 3 cups of flour. You're going to need a mixing bowl. You are going to need some margarine. Wooden spoon is what I prefer using. You're going to need some icing sugar, some measuring cups. You have your margarine. This is the one I'm using, but it's the wooden spoon brand. You are going to need a whisk or an electric mixer, and you're going to need a piping bag or a cookie press. The cookie press comes with 26 different types of nozzles. You are going to need some vanilla essence, some caramel essence, or some lemon essence. Okay, so those are the ingredients and everything that we are going to need. Let's get started. So in your mixing bowl, you're going to put 500 grams of margarine. It's a bit hard, so I had to put it in the microwave just for about 30 seconds so it can soften up a bit. So I put it in the microwave at defrost for about 6 minutes. Well, it automatically went to 6 minutes, but I only used about 30 seconds to 1 minute of that. The margarine is now melted and soft. You are going to mix it. When you're using your hands, it's gonna take a whole lot of manpower because it really has to be smooth, which is why using a whisk is better. This is how it's gonna look when it's mixed properly. And in that margarine, you are going to use 1 tablespoon and put in your vanilla essence. After you've put it in, you have to mix again. Make sure that your margarine and your vanilla essence is mixed properly. When you're using an electric beater, make sure it's on high and mix for about 5 to 10 minutes. This is just parts of the mixing. It's gonna take a whole lot of mixing for it to be smooth and soft. So keep mixing away. Keep mixing or whisking away. And then after that, you are going to put in your icing sugar. We're gonna do 2 cups of icing sugar in the butter and the vanilla essence. Okay, so this was just me measuring and opening up my icing sugar. Then use your cup, measure 1 cup of icing sugar, put it into the butter, measure another cup, that in. Then we mix again. Keep mixing until it's smooth. This was so hard because I was manually mixing it so that we accommodate everyone, including everyone who does not have an electric mixer. But using an electric mixer is way faster and easier. So the mixture is gonna look like this, very smooth, very soft when you mix it. And then now we're gonna put our flour. So I like putting in the flour 1 cup at a time. It just makes it easier to mix. After 1 cup, you mix. Put in another cup and you mix until you've put in all 4 cups of flour. At this point, your dough is going to start stiffening and getting hard, which will be quite hectic to mix by hand. But then just keep mixing so that it incorporates. If you do not mind using your hands, this is the part where you throw away the whisk and use your hands. Just as long as your dough is completely mixed and you've put in all 4 cups of flour. Well, you don't have to put in 4 cups of flour. It depends on the consistency you want your cookie, but just know that the lighter your dough is, the harder your cookie will be. Okay, so I used my hands to finish the dough, and now you're gonna need a pan. Put in a bit of flour just so your cookie doesn't stick. Put some flour on your hands as well so your hands do not stick. And now we are going to start piping. You can use any type of piping bag and any type of nozzle head you want. I decided to use the smallest star nozzle that I had. The bigger the better though, because the small ones are very hard to pipe. It takes a lot of manpower to pipe it out. When as yet the big nozzles are quite the width, what's the word? Who's hoa, guys? The bigger ones are just easier to pipe because there is space. With those ones, the space is tight, so you have to use a lot of energy to pipe it out. So put your dough into the piping bag and then make any shape that you like. I decided to do the circles just because they were easier to make. But you can make strips, you can make S's, you can make whatever you want to make. This is when you just have to be creative and create whatever you want to create. I just decided to do those ones. So keep doing that until you have filled the pan. I am going to show you 3 ways of making a cookie. This is the first one, which is the piping method. So keep piping away. The second method that we are going to use, which is probably the easiest, is rolling your dough. So on a surface you should put some flour so your dough does not stick. Then take your dough, put it on the surface that you're going to be using, and then you are going to put some flour on top of the dough so that your rolling pin does not stick. Then you're going to roll away. Do not make it too thin, because then when you actually bake your cookie, it's gonna burn. Make it a bit thick so that you give it space to thoroughly cook, and also you get to enjoy it. It's also gonna be a bit softer in the middle when it's a bit thicker. So I used a hot cookie press, and then I just did that to the rest of my dough, and then I filled in my pan. After this, you are going to bake it at 180 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, and this were the results of our cookies. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this tutorial. Please comment down below what next you guys would like to see for us to make. Please also tell your friends to tell their friends to subscribe so that we all help each other bake and cook. So please tell me what you want me to make next in our cooking and baking series. Thank you guys for watching, and for all the new cousins that have joined us this week, thank you for joining the family. We welcome and we appreciate you so much. Mwah.